Okay, everyone, this is Mr. Cornn. Today we're going to do some science. All right, and this particular lesson is about bird beaks. So birds have adapted over millions of years or hundreds of thousands of years with different types of beaks to help them eat. So, or to catch their prey or to get their food. So today we are going to practice by making some bird beaks. So you're going to need your bag, and you may need a little piece of paper about this big or just a larger piece of paper, which you can rip apart. You don't have to cut it. You're going to need some bird food. Our bird food, you can use marshmallows, you can use beans, you can use rice. This is going to be really tough though if you use rice. You can use cereal, whatever little things you could find. You could probably even use gravel if you wanted to use some gravel from outside, some little pieces of rock. All right, so let's practice making some bird beaks. So there's different types of birds. And for our spoons, think about that one for a minute. Which bird has a beak that looks like that? I'm thinking of a bird that quacks, that swims in the water. I'm thinking of a duck. So I'm going to use my 2 spoons, and I'm going to use my rubber band, and I'm going to use one of these cards or pieces of paper, and I'm going to fold my card up. Doesn't have to be very neat. So I folded it up like that. Okay, I'm going to take it apart so you guys can see how I did that again. So I'm just folding it like this, over and over. And then I'm going to fold it in half like a little mini bird beak. So now I'm going to put this in between my spoons like this. And you may need a parent to help you or an older brother or sister to help you. And then we're going to put a rubber band around here really, really tight. And ta-da, we have our duck beak. Okay, so let's see if our duck beak works. So this is the experiment part. So I've got some marshmallows down here, and let's see if my duck beak will work. Look at that, I picked up one. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. I picked up 2. And now I'm going to try to get 2 at the same time, maybe 3 at the same time. Oh, got 2 at the same time. All right. So that's our first type of bird beak we can make, which is a duck. And believe it or not, there is also a bird like that called a spoonbill, which actually has a mouth like a spoon. All right, let's try another type of bird beak. So I took my rubber bands off, took my spoons apart, keeping my little piece of paper. And this time, we are going to make a very long and narrow beak out of 2 of our popsicle sticks. I'm going to use my little piece of paper again, or my card again. I'm going to put it in between, just like that. Straighten my rubber band tied into a knot, but that's okay. And we're going to try to put this back together. All right, now this time, we have a much different bird beak. Okay, so this one is long and narrow and very pointed. So to me, this one's almost like a woodpecker's beak. And let's see if I can pick up my marshmallow. I can. Look at that, it's smushing it. Okay, so sometimes when a bird catches a worm, it will smush it down like that to keep the worm from getting away so we can eat it. Now I'm gonna put that over there, and I'm gonna try to pick up another one over here. And look, it works just fine. So this would be a long, skinny, thin beak, kind of like a stork's or a woodpecker, all right? Now, for our final beak, we don't have to make this one. We have this one, okay? And this beak reminds me of one of my favorite birds, which is a finch. I love little finches. They go to my bird feeder all the time. And this one would probably be better to pick up some of these smaller pieces, because smaller birds like finches, they would actually use a little tiny beak like that. And let's see if I can pick up one of these beans. And look at that, I got the bean. All right, so this would be like a little finch, and you have one of those on your paper, which is the American Goldfinch, and you can see those at your bird feeder. They actually come out to my bird feeder all the time. Okay, all right. And you see how this beak is specialized. It's small and compact, and it's made for getting things that are close and very close together. So this is a perfect beak for eating seeds. Okay? All right. And that's the end of our bird lesson. Let's move on to the next lesson.